You're listening to the Trade Show Insights Podcast, Season 12, Episode 1. I'm your host and exhibit marketing strategist, Marlis Arnold, bringing you tools to improve your exhibit results. On today's episode, brought to you by the Exhibit Marketers Cafe, we're talking about not the breakfast of champions, but one of the most important strategies of champions. This coming weekend, 2 teams will meet to determine America's football champion. And while each team brings different specialties and strengths to the field, there's one thing that's certain. All the players have spent countless hours perfecting their skills. Now, there are numerous sayings that focus on the importance of training in the world of sports. Practice makes perfect. That one may be a bit ambitious. You get out of it what you put into it, which is more accurate, and confidence comes with repetition. That last one is perhaps the most relevant lesson that exhibit marketers can learn from athletes, particularly when it comes to booth staffing skills. No coach in his right mind would send a player into the big game who had never spent an hour on the practice field. In fact, true superstars and elite performers likely spend up to 10,000 hours honing their skills, at least according to a theory that Malcolm Gladwell proposed in his book, Outliers, The Story of Success. Practice isn't the thing you do once you're good, Gladwell said. It's the thing you do that makes you good. It takes time and focused effort to master any skill. Now, of course, I'm not saying that an exhibit staff needs to spend 10,000 hours preparing for a show, but neither should they be left to figure things out as they go either. Think about it. Athletes, musicians, and other high-level professionals hire coaches, private trainers, and other experts to get them past what they don't know or can't fix by themselves. They focus on the skills and techniques they need to make them more effective, and they also do rehearsals and dry runs to work the kinks out. In the same way, exhibit staff, especially novices, need someone to guide them through what they don't know or understand. Applying common sense theory, where it's assumed that everyone knows the basics of how to work a booth, well, that just doesn't work. And like the fan in the stands who thinks he or she knows everything and could play a better game, a booth staff that has merely been going to shows for years but was never trained properly in the first place isn't going to become champions either. In fact, they may be doing even more harm than good. So what do booth staff champs in training need to work on? Well, things like how to engage, qualify, and disengage attendees, understanding what makes a qualified lead and what doesn't, reviewing in-booth etiquette issues like no eating or talking on cell phones while on duty, and so much more. For a more in-depth look at what exhibitor education is and why it matters, check out the Exhibitor Education Manifesto I wrote a few years ago. You'll find a PDF copy that you can download for free online at exhibitmarketerscafe.com/manifesto, and it only takes about 10 minutes to read. Author Nathan Jamail wrote in the Sales Professionals Playbook that most sales professionals practice less than 0.5% of the time. I'd venture to guess that that's a pretty accurate description of most exhibit marketers as well. But as we've seen, that's not exactly the way to achieve success. If you or your exhibit team are looking for the coaching, training, and skills needed to be more effective in your booth, check out the variety of tools available in the Exhibit Marketers Cafe or use the contact page at exhibitmarketerscafe.com to schedule your customized training. Trade Show Insights is protected by the Creative Commons copyright license. You may feel free to share this recording with colleagues or embed it on your own blog as long as it's shared in its entirety and is not used for commercial purposes. To learn more, please see the link in the sidebar of the show notes at tradeshowinsights.com. Well, that's it for this episode of Trade Show Insights. Be sure to check out our show notes and archives at tradeshowinsights.com. You can also connect with me using the social media links or the contact page on the site. I'm Marlis Arnold. Thanks for listening, and be sure to join us next time for more tools to improve your exhibit results.